By the time I turned 18, I believed basically none of that. And tonight we're going to figure out why. But mostly because church has an inbuilt theatrical structure. And I felt that if I was going to do a show about Christianity, why would I bother creating my own structure when I've got one that stood the test of time? So it's going to be a bit of a church's greatest hits. That's it. 3 months old, ready for my dedication. Is it weird that we put babies in wedding dresses? Am I adorable? Yes. Definitely. She fits into a slightly different category of someone who I begged to take on the role of overhead projector because otherwise the show wouldn't function. But that feels appropriate because doing a job you don't really want to do out of guilt is an integral part of it. God is better than beer. God is better than cricket. 'Cause God's there to hold the year. Thank you so much. You all sit down. And I'm sure you'll be shocked to hear this next fact about me, considering I'm doing an autobiographical one-man show. I was an attention seeker. I will try to sneak a look at Song of Solomon in the church Bibles, which is kind of like the sealed section of the Bible. But all of the songs, pretty much all of the songs that were sung in my church growing up, are what my dad would call Jesus is your boyfriend music. There is no theological message. That's his complaint. There's no theological message. It's just pure worship, just about how much you love God. Now, Shout to the Lord is kind of like Wannabe by the Spice Girls. Maybe you make fun of it when you're chatting with your friends, but when it is on, it is on. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Now, at this point, I'm sure you're thinking, there is one topic the church loves to discuss that we have not addressed. You are wondering, when are the more embarrassing stories coming? So let's get down to the heart of what I know you want to know. Let's talk about sex. I believed in not having sex before marriage. Now, looking at this photo, you might not think I was overwhelmed with offers at the time, and that would be true. But it was still a major sticking point for my especially male non-Christian friends. There was no single breaking point for me with the church, no one moment where a pastor said something that I couldn't stand and I just walked out. And it makes sense that something that dominated my life for 17 years, I wouldn't turn my back on any day. But it was just this growing sense over a period of time that these ideas that had been my path would no longer guide the way for me. I've thought about this a lot since then, and essentially what I come back to is the core idea of Christianity no longer works for me. This idea that we were born broken, sinners in need of forgiveness. And it was really hard. It felt like ripping a part of myself out of myself. And so I think you can also tell from tonight's show that I really miss quite a lot of it. I miss singing every week. I miss being part of a community of young and old that supported each other. I miss the conviction of my ideals. And I even managed to find a girl who would go out with me without checking the girl first. When I finally made the decision, when I said, this is it, I'm not a Christian anymore, the main thing that I remember is the silence. All the thoughts going back and forth in my brain, years over years, trying to justify things to my friends, justify my beliefs to myself. It all just quieted. And for a time, there was peace. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. In the name of Christ. Amen.